What is good, everybody? We're back with some more reactions. Today we have Spider-Man No Way Home Villains panel. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing all the classic villains in this new movie. I think it's really dope that they brought back the original actors that play the villains again, and they didn't do a recast. It's nice to see the guy who played Doc Ock in The Green Goblin, William Dafoe, and Jamie Foxx as Electro. So we're gonna check this video out, and we're gonna hear their thoughts about being back for another movie with Tom Holland.
Tom, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, I am Tom Holland. You might recognize me as your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and I am here to tell you that Spidey's back for an all-new adventure in Spider-Man No Way Home. I know people say this a lot, but I mean it when I say that you're gonna see things in this movie that you've never ever seen before. I'm talking about pumpkin bombs, sandstorms, the multiverse, which, okay, you might have seen them before, but I promise, not like this and not together. Also, Peter Parker is finally heading off to college and the word is out. So yeah, everyone knows that he is Spider-Man. So throw your fan theories out the window. They're probably not true, or are they? And get ready to see one of the most ambitious films we've ever made. An incredible story with lots of heart, laughter, high-flying action, mind-blowing effects, and some insane villains. No Way Home is the culmination of the Homecoming trilogy and the start of a multiverse of possibilities. Now I have the honor of introducing some legends. Please enjoy this exclusive panel with my dear friends Alfred Molina, Willem Dafoe, and Jamie Foxx here at CCXP.
Whoa! Oh my God! This is amazing! What excited you most about returning to Spider-Man franchise and reprising these iconic roles?
You know what, I was excited knowing Amy for years, man, and knowing what she's done with this franchise, and she was explaining to me it's gonna be hot, you know, and I didn't have to be blue and things like that as far as my character was concerned, so you're gonna be a little more hip and whatever like that, and I get a chance to hang out with these
What are you looking at?
you told me, these incredible thespians. But I mean, to walk on set, man, and to see these guys, I literally like bowed to them, and we just been having a ball.
Willem, how about you?
Willem?
You know, when I heard it, I thought, wow, that's pretty nutty. I got speared pretty good in the first film, but I thought, okay, they can figure out a way to bring me back. But it was really the pitch. And like Jamie, I know Amy's history. She walked me through it, and then John, the director, kind of pitched the whole idea before I read a script, and it sounded like a lot of fun and a good solution. And then when we went deeper into it, I liked the idea that I was returning to something that was same but different. It's a return to something I did before.
I feel like William hasn't changed.
History, but the spin, there's a spin on it, and that appealed to me.
Dope.
Alfred?
For me, it's just about the money. Oddly enough, Willem and I were kind of joshing the other day about how 20 years since his first Green Goblin, 17 years since my first time as Doc Ock.
17 years.
These are the longest options that a studio has ever exercised on actors. You know, it's like we've been waiting. But it's the material, the pitch was excellent. And to be honest, when the idea was first suggested, my first thought was, hang on, I'm 17 years older, I've got chins, I've got wrinkles, you know, I mean, what are they going to do? And then, of course, I suddenly realized, wait a minute, they've got the technology. This isn't going to be a problem.
We have the technology.
It's been very nice to come back to something that is familiar, but at the same time completely new, because the technology has moved on phenomenally since in the last couple of decades, you know. And so that's it's kind of still exciting.
Even the first Spider-Man had good CGI in the second one and the third one. So this one's gonna be like really turned up.
How did it feel to put the costume back on?
You want to know the truth? Nobody knows how uncomfortable those costumes are. But they look good. We are actors. You forget about the discomfort, and you know, it's part of it. But the costumes are much more comfortable than they were before. I remember the initial fitting to create the costume for the Green Goblin. I stood there for 8 hours, and they put different preformed pieces on me. Now, they scan me, and they can design it, and then make the costume and then try it on me.
That's
It's
dope.
a huge leap
That's
in
dope.
the technology. And they're more flexible. We can do more things with them. Also, I don't know how much we want to fool with spoilers, but
Oh, we love spoilers.
the look's a little different. Old Norman and the Goblin are further down the line, and they have a few more tricks up their sleeve. So it's not an exact. There have been upgrades on the costume, let's say.
Alfred, how about you?
Yeah, well, the main difference between that film and this one is that the tentacles are all kind of CG now. They're all
I wanted to say that I'm glad Williams' Green Goblin is returning and not the one from the Amazing Spider-Man. That one was kind of like, ugh, it didn't look too good to me.
they'll all be superimposed on me at a later date. Whereas in the original movie, they were mechanical, and I had them like attached to me, and we had puppeteers working them and stuff. So that's the big difference. But it's just a great story. It's a wonderful world to be in. We're having, if I say so myself, we're having a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Jamie?
I'm happy we got a brand new start, a brand new look. The blue, when we did it the first time, it was look, man, I didn't care. I was just happy to be in this wonderful chorus, and it was like you said, it was sort of like 2 or 3 hours or whatever like that. But with this new is fly. The homies is like, okay, we get you now. When I was blue, they still roll with me, but okay, you blue. But with this one, it just feels more comfortable, and I think it feels more today, modern, like, not trying so hard. Like I sort of related to R&B. Back in the day, in R&B, you used to have fringes on your outfit, and and like shoulder pads and things like that. Now you can sing, so it's like now we're just singing.
What do you love most about portraying a villain?
The thing about grounded villains is that, and this is what's so wonderful about the villains in the Marvel universe, if you like, is that so many of them become villains almost reluctantly, almost in spite of themselves. An accident happens or some terrible tragedy, and it transforms them, and that's what makes them very playable, because it's not just mustache twirling. There's some real depth to it, and that's what makes them interesting. I mean, in a lesser environment, us as villains, we would just be functionaries. We would just be there to get the plot going. But here we've got real storylines. We've got they are real people.
That is,
and so
I feel like that helps out an actor tremendously, because having a good backstory and you not having to just make one up, which I know that sometimes you probably would have to in certain scenarios, but at least they do have something to work off of, so that's pretty dope.
It's
Green Goblin has a case to state this time.
yeah.
He's trying to make his case. A philosophy of life. It's not just about some kind of abstract muscle twirling power grab. It's about...
Are you suggesting I'm a mustache twirling bug? Now look here, I'm classically trained.
But now a tricky one.
some
Which
respect on
villain
it.
is the most terrifying?
Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy because, like I said, we've just been watching Willem, and it seems personal. because with Electro, it's like Electro and us. It's to the world. The world did me wrong. But when something is personal, and you could go all the way back to Shakespeare, when something is personal, and that either that jealous thing, there's nothing that could beat that. No matter what costume you put on, no matter what you say. So when he speaks, he has the power, and I think you'll really. But I'm being
Okay,
right though.
sweet,
It'd be different
sweet.
if I was
Don't get
blowing.
embarrassed.
Like here's the thing. But if I was
Sounds
blowing,
good to me.
But here's the thing. But if I was blowing smoke, he'd know it. Here's the thing. It's personal, and anytime you can get a character to be personal in a movie, it has the most weight. So.
That's cool.
CCXP is a fan event. Is there anything you'd like to say to your Brazilian fans?
Well, I mean, if I may speak purely for myself, I think there is, at some level, because we're professional people, there is some level where we don't want to let them down. We want to give them something that is going to be worth their while. But the fact that a huge percentage of the audience are comic book fans who know this world, they love the detail, they love the kind of the inside baseball of it all. I think that's important to us as well, because we don't want to disappoint that side of the storytelling either. And so I think it's a sort of symbiotic relationship, really. You know, they give us the chance to give them what they want. And that's, I gotta tell you, it's just so much fun.
Whoa, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Interesting. Yeah, people who are very hardcore comic book fans, man, sometimes, you know, it's really, I'll say this, it's really dope to be able to have the opportunity to play those kind of characters and be in the MCU universe at the same time. But you just better play a good part or do your job the best you can do, because, I mean, the comic book people or the comic book fans or whatever, the hardcore ones, they're going to let you know if you didn't, because they're super, super, super into the comic books. Every little detail matters to them, and you just make sure that you do the best job you can possibly do. But if I ever get like the opportunity to play a character for, like, you know, the MCU universe, man, that would be fucking awesome. That would be fucking awesome. But anyway, guys, if you enjoy my reaction, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back with some more reactions. Peace!